I've heard you go by Icicle Jr. Stealing meaningless cash is one thing. I'm here to offer you something greater.
Trust me, I'm always down for new schemes. What I'm more curious about, though, is who are you and how you found me?
I've gone by many names, none of which are important to this conversation. As far as your whereabouts, your father and I were once very close allies. He told me everything about you, Cameron.
You knew my pops. Makes sense you came to me instead of him. He's an old man stuck in the past, and you need someone cutting edge. Someone with brilliant ideas.
If I needed somebody with intelligence, I wouldn't be here right now. Your powers are where you thrive. Embrace it. You're arrogant and young. Leave the thinking to me.
Whatever you say, Krampus. So what's this master plan of yours?
I have a machine that will amplify your powers tenfold. Let's just say, it's going to be a white Christmas this year.
Tensions die down as the leader of Karak, Raman Harjavti, just met with President-elect Lane. The two discussed a future alliance between our countries.
So boring.
Touchdown from Williams!
Now this is more like it.
Too good for the Central City Sharks.
Can you turn that down? I'm trying to concentrate.
Come on, watch the game with me. What book could be better than this?
1984.
I have a better year for you. It's 2016. The Gotham Knights versus Metropolis Giants. It's the best I've ever seen either team play.
Honestly, I don't see the appeal.
I could say the same. If you insist, I'll turn it off.
How have we not decorated the hideout yet? It's already the 20th.
We say this every year. Christmas is just not really our thing. You and Dick love it, but Connor and I just never grew up with it.
That's a bit of a stretch. Connor's technically only like 4 years old. That doesn't count. Christmas is great. I get to see my mom, the gifts, the music, the whole atmosphere. It's amazing, isn't it?
Suit up. We're on diplomatic duty.
And there goes my Christmas spirit. These are always the most boring missions.
I agree with Wally. Is there anything for us besides grunt work?
The leader of Korak is flying back home, and it's our job to make sure he gets on his flight safely. He's made a lot of enemies in the States, and like it or not, this is our life for the next 8 hours.
Oh, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Sorry, Mr. President. Your flight has been delayed. There has been a sudden snowstorm. We can't leave or take off until further notice.
This really is the gift that keeps on giving.
Don't you find this to be a bit coincidental? There was no snow predicted at all today.
Yeah, and we do have a bunch of villains that can create ice or change the weather, so that's not out of the picture.
Flash, let's start making our way around the premise, see if we can find anything.
So does Green Arrow celebrate Christmas?
He's like Mr. Christmas himself. It's just never been a big part of my life. I don't see the point in it, okay? I don't know what else you want me to say.
Fair enough. Looks like Jack Frost is nipping at our nose.
You have to admit, that was not your best material.
It's cold out here. I'm not firing at all cylinders.
Hello? You just gonna ignore me or what?
Are we supposed to know who this guy is?
I don't know. Nightwing usually debriefs us on this kind of thing.
It's Icicle Jr.
Icicle? Hey, wait, your dad used to fight the original Flash.
My father could beat him, and now I'm gonna beat you so hard.
Please don't phrase it like that.
They should have been back by now.
Mr. President, stay by me.
That's Icicle Jr., metahuman with the power of ice manipulation.
At least someone knows my name. As for you, Mr. President, I could care less about your name. You're only a one-way paycheck for me.
Roy, how do you feel?
cold.
I know, but we gotta get back.
You just won't stay down.
KF, get him out of here and free the guards.
You said this was just a paycheck. Who's paying you?
Wouldn't tell you if I could. You didn't say his name.
Was he a tall, old, bearded man?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Let's just say it was a hunch. We'll discuss it more back at the hideout. Right now, let's turn him over to the police.
Hey, Roy. We had a lot of downtime today, so I looked at that game you were talking about.
Oh, the Knights vs. Giants?
Yeah, and I'm sorry, it's just not for me. Why do you like that game so much in particular? It didn't look that different from any other.
Outside of the hero aspect, that game was really the first time Oliver and I bonded over something. For once, it wasn't just Green Arrow and Speedy, it was Oliver and me. The game just meant something to me, like books are for you, or I guess Christmas for Wally. Everyone has something special, right?
Right.
So it was definitely Savage behind this, right? That's what you were alluding to?
President Harjavti runs Karak, a neighboring country to Bialya. For years, Bialya has been trying to combine countries, and Harjavti has been strictly against it. If he was killed, it would allow someone new to take power, someone willing to unite countries under Bialyan rule.
The leader of Bialya is Queen Bee, right? She's a part of the Light, the same organization that Vandal Savage runs.
That's our connection. This whole thing was just a grab for power by Savage.
And that's a wrap.
Hey, Wally. I know how much this time of year means to you. I'm sorry for trashing it earlier.
You have your reasons. I don't want to push.
Before Oliver took me in, I was on the streets. Around this time of year, I'd be alone. Everyone else had families to go to, but I didn't. I think I was just holding on to some of that resentment. But it's gonna take some time for me to warm up to the idea. But for you, it means so much. Don't let me stop you from enjoying it. Merry Christmas, Wally.
Right back at ya.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Milo, what was so urgent that I had to come all this way here?
Savage, I'm sorry. Since our last visit, I ran a few tests as per usual, but something came up this time. You're dying.
Excuse me? That's not possible.
All my tests show that your meta cells are slowly deteriorating. In the past few decades, the rate at which you use your abilities have increased, which is putting too much stress on them.
Run the tests again.
I've done multiple tests. From what I can see, there is no cure.
First, Icicle failed the assassination, and now this? What am I going to do?